Hello, my fellow chatters and book lovers, and anyone else who's popped in because you are curious about what this is or you have got a little bit lost. Welcome, everyone. I'm Chatty. This is my channel, Chatty the Mad Chatter, where I'm feeling extra mad today. And I'll be chatting away madly, sort of finishing off my end of year book tag, but I've kind of done those questions and I've just kind of moved on to doing like a little mini book haul. If you are confused about this, please go and see part 1. It's here! Yes, we had a filming fail and we are now on part 2 of this video. I did not manage to make it. I spoke over 46 minutes and 40 seconds and my camera went nope. So I've just gone through it and deleted some stuff that I don't need and cleared up some space, and I now have recording time again. So let's rewind in time. I was just telling you about a book I probably shouldn't have bought, but I did, and it is The Star That Always Stays by Anna Rose Johnson. So this, I was saying, it's won a lot of awards. And I, through being reflective about my reading, which is something I enjoy doing, I've noticed that a lot of the stories that I don't have that I want to read more of are stories written by Indigenous authors. And this story focuses on a girl who, I think she is sort of initially having to hide her heritage because of the time she lives in, but then starts to discover sort of more about her heritage. I've been looking at quite a few different books, and from what I've been seeing from Storygraph and the ratings and reviews by people, I feel like this was a good one for me to start with. So very brief synopsis. When bright and spirited Novia moves from the country to the city, she has to live by one new rule. Never let anyone know that you're Ojibwe. So I'm very keen to read this middle grade. I think it's going to be like a really kind of heartwarming, bittersweety, emotional book, and I'm really excited for it. It's a historical middle grade, but I haven't earned it, so it's going to have to go back onto my bed for now, along with Grace of Wild Things. So because these are two books that I've wanted for a long time, when I did earn this one, I was like, save on the postage. I'm just going to order the 3 books all in one go. So technically I've ordered 2 books above what I should have done, but they are books that have been on my list for a long time. So I kind of feel okay about it. It's okay. I'm forgiving myself. Lost Library I have earned, so that one's fine. Okay, other books. So these are books I've got from charity shop / sales, and I'm just letting well, one of them's for me, one of them's not for me, but technically I get to read it. So this one smells really musty, so I need to work out how to look after this book. It's got a damp mark here. You can see like this watermark sort of over the end page. It is an old copy though. It's this kind of like fake leather bound copy of a classic. And it was printed, is it going to tell us? No, it's not. Why are you not telling us when you were printed? How very rude of you. Maybe it's at the end. I know you don't really care. I care when it's printed because I'm just curious now. But anyway, I went to, no, it doesn't tell us. It's not going to tell us. It's a production of Heron's Book, London, published by and arranged with William Collins Son and Company Limited. Printed in England, in Buckinghamshire. But it's not going to tell me the date of when it was printed. Anyway, it is the classic Cranford by Elizabeth Gaskell. I don't know any Elizabeth Gaskell books. I have read Cranford a very long time ago because I really love the BBC miniseries, and I haven't kind of read any since. So I would like to reread this. I am intrigued, and when I saw this really nice copy, even though it smells, I was like, I do feel that would be a good investment for me because I have been looking for an Elizabeth Gaskell classic that I want, that I liked the cover of as well for a long time. So I'm like, this is its moment, but I do need to look at how I'm going to air. So the whole, I don't know how well you can see, but the whole of this middle section throughout the book is just damp. So I'm going to look at how I can save the book, or at least air the musty smell. So it's currently just sat on my floor, like open like this, to try and air it a little bit. It's not being shoved yet on a shelf until I can get rid of that dampness. There we go. You sit there and just waft away to yourself. And this book is the newest book that's coming to my house because I found it yesterday. So it was part of my job. I work in a few different places, one of which is a library, which is dangerous. But in that library, I saw a library sale and I was very confused because I was like, there's a hardback book that is not that long ago. And I've got very friendly with the librarian now. She's awesome. And I was like, is this actually part of the library sale? And she explained, yes, it is. It's just when, sadly, one of the libraries within Brighton and Hove closed, they received their books, and so they've kind of had to slim down their collection. So the duplicate copies, they went. So it's okay. People can still access this book in the library. And I win because Cressida Carroll's second book in the Which Way Anywhere series, this is called Which Way Round the Galaxy, I now have got for 50p. And she nearly, because she's lovely, she was like, oh, just take it. I was like, no, you will have my 50p for this book because I feel like you need to make sure you keep buying good books. So it's covered in the plastic, and it's not one of those nice library slipcases. It is literally like this sticky covering over the book, and it was sort of wrapped a bit around it so I couldn't access the hardcover. So I've managed to peel it away from the hardcover. And I need to kind of just refold it. I'm going to keep the plastic on because I think I'm just going to destroy it if I don't. But I was debating about maybe taking away this extra page that's there and just like cutting along here, because it just feels a bit flappy and unnecessary. And I need to like refold this because it's been folded in the wrong place and it's not great. Anyway, Cressida Carroll, my son and I, my Mad March hair, we're basically going through her works at an alarming pace, which is delightful. We have read all of the Wizards of Once series. We have read the first book in this new series. This is her latest series, Which Way to Anywhere. And we are on book 12 of 12 of the How to Train Your Dragon series. So it's very exciting. And it's just delightful as a parent to be having conversations with your child about the style of the author's writing, like her cast of characters and how she does things, and how she starts off quite fun, and then by the end of it, the stakes are huge. Like my son's like started to point out all of these like things that he's noticing about her writing, and I'm just like, I'm such a proud mum, such a proud mum. Anyway, gloating aside, so this is what the book looks like after the cover has come off. This is pure shiny gold, and it has got purple writing on. And it says, take the which way, star-crossed round the galaxy and back. And then along the spine in purple, you've got Which Way Around the Galaxy by Cressida Carroll. And then my favourite bit is on the back. This says, love is always worth it. It's a gift. I think we should remind ourselves of that. But only like reciprocated, healthy love, not obsessive love. Don't do no toxic relationships, thank you. Just need to clarify that. And here in the same purple illustration, we have the wonderful robot Puck. Puck is delightful. I have a soft spot for a Puck since I played Puck in A Midsummer Night's Dream. But anyway, this Puck is an adorable robot. And this is every single series Cressida Carroll writes. You have an adorable character that is like the hero's buddy. So in How to Train Your Dragon, it was obviously Toothless, Wizards of Once, Squeeze Juice, and now we have Puck. And just love. But this time we've got this little fluffy pink cat-like character with giant blue paws. So I'm very excited to get to meet him or her or them. But this is not going to be for me, and I was so tempted to show my son when I got home, but I didn't because I'm like, well, it kind of needs to be for Christmas, really, doesn't it? Because that's coming up, and otherwise I'm just setting the precedent of just buying you books willy-nilly, which I do anyway. So yes, I'm going to put this away for Christmas because books is on his Christmas list, and it's just a very vague books he would like, with this clarifies, unless he's turning too much into a hyper booky collector-y book person and goes, but the first one is in paperback, mummy. This is in hardback. I'll jump that bridge when we get to it. Anyway, that's my gushing about this. Look at the illustrations. Look how floofy that character is. Do we have some more maps? Sorry, this is just now a gush. So here's our 4 characters. They are the same from the previous book. And there's a baby sibling, and there's the lovely Puck. There he is, look at him with his little rotary wings. And here's another lovely map. I do love Cressida's spidery artwork. She's fab. Right, I'm going to put this away now. I think I've gushed enough about my amazing 50p find of a hardback Cressida Carol. Lovely. Right, that officially can now go in the present cupboard. Okay, I'm now going to talk to you about a bookshop that has recently... first of all, I'm going to talk to you about Bookmarks. So when I ordered Lost Library and the other books from Books Please, I got these fantastic bookmarks that just came in them. I think there is another one, but I can't place where I've put it. I think it's in a book and I don't know which one. So first of all, I've got this orange bookmark with loads of just like, it kind of looks a little bit like stones of a crazy path, or scales of something. Anyway, in the circle it said, "Books are my happy place." True. And then I have a festive one, which I'll keep for festive seasons. So we've got candy cane, oven gloves, homemade Christmas tree biscuits, slices of clementine, and fir. And it says, "It's reading season." So that feels very much Reindeer Readathon bookmarking. And then we have a sci-fi based one. We have Get Lost in a Good Book, and it's got lots of kind of galaxy, planety, cloudy stars vibes. And then I have got one with a mushroom on the bottom, a little toadstool, and it says, "Keep calm and read." Good advice. And this is more of a contemporary vibe. It's probably my least favourite, so I shouldn't have ended on this one, but there we go. It says, "Reading under starlit skies." I like the sentiment, but it's a street with the telegraph poles all the way down it and a car moving away. So it's not my favourite vibe of all of them. And then I feel there is one missing, because I feel I had another one and I just can't place it. But I think I've put it in a book, like I said. Anyway, moving away from those. The reason I was talking about bookmarks is because I have another book here. So this bookmark is from this new independent bookshop that has appeared in Brighton in the North Lane, which made me very excited. So much so that I felt I needed to email Roz from Scally Jedling About the Books, who I know also lives within the area, to let her know it was there. Bill and Ben's Books. So www.billandbenbooks.co. Who are we? We are an independent bookseller. We recycle remains, returns and overstocks, working hard to give them a second life. So they've got bookshops in a few places, and we've just got one opened up near us, which is so much fun. So I took my Mad Much hair into that bookshop when we had a little bit of time to mooch around town. And it was just so nice just to go in there. This is, I think a few people got confused when they went in. They thought it was a bookshop where you go and you say, "Do you have this book in stock?" It is not that bookshop. It is a bookshop where you wander around, and it's been, what's the word? There's a word beginning with C, like a collective, but it's not that word. Curtailed, but not. Like the way you organise things. Catalogued, possibly. It's been organised into, poetry, classics, non-fiction, in the different genres of non-fiction, and all of that jazz. So it's easy to find your way around. But basically, you just go in and you see what they've got, because they've got the surplus books. So you've got a big stocks of here's a stock of that one, here's a stock of that one, and it made me very happy. I did put one book back that I was carrying around with me because I thought I'm getting overexcited and buying too much. None of them were for me, apart from one, but I was getting too much. So the first one I was delighted to find because I wanted to buy this book for my friend's daughter anyway, and it's the wonderful Amelia Fang, the first book in the series, Amelia Fang and the Barbaric Ball by Laura Ellen Anderson. I love Amelia Fang. This is a sort of 5 to 8 reading age book, but can definitely be enjoyed by all ages. It's fully illustrated. In all of Laura Ellen Anderson's books, you have some delightful illustrations. So this is Pumpy. Look how adorable Pumpy is. He's got a little smiley face on his pumpkin, and he bounces and sleeps and snuggles and blows raspberries, and he's Amelia's pet. And you have a map of Nocturnia where Amelia Fang, the vampire, lives. Then you have a cast of characters illustrated here with some facts about what they like and dislike. For example, Squashy, it's not Pumpy. Pumpy is a different character. Squashy the pumpkin. Squashy likes bouncing and hugs because he's adorable, and dislikes being picked up by his stalk. Don't pick him up by his stalk, pick him up from the bottom, and not being with Amelia. So there we go. That's that one, and I hope my friend's daughter really enjoys it. And then, so the thing with this bookshop is everything is under £5. And then I had one that I knew I just needed to buy for me and put on my shelf because it's one that I would like for my collection. And it is Rick by Alex Gino. I've spoken about this book quite a lot. I really enjoyed Melissa and the story behind Melissa and the importance of Melissa. But I did enjoy Rick more. Just because of the themes that were explored in this book a lot more. I think there's a wonderful kind of anti-bullying and standing up for bullies and being accountable. Like, just because you're quite silent doesn't mean you are not part of the problem. And there's a lovely grandson and grandfather relationship, and there's like a discovering of your own identity, and there's a gorgeous found family LGBTQ plus society in there. So yeah, I'm very happy to have got my hands on Rick. So this one, because I've already read it and I don't currently have plans to reread it, it would just sit under my bed and fester away, where it's one I know I've wanted for a long time. So I'm allowing myself to just put this straight on my shelf along with Cranford. So there are 2 books that I have just given myself. I'm sorry. And it's my rules and I feel this is fine. My son got very excited about this book that he wants to give our guinea pigs for Christmas. And it is a guinea pig nutcracker. So this is a series of books where they've made little sets and costumes for guinea pigs. And they've retold stories. This is the nutcracker. So you have the start of the book. It's like, here's your audience. You are going to be treated to a show. And here is Godfather Gossamer. So the costume has been made with guinea pigs in mind. It is a hat literally just tied around its head. It is loose. It is not constrictive to the piggy. And then we have Clara and the nutcracker here. So an actual nutcracker doll with some nuts. And she's just having a good old sniff of that nutcracker. And then it goes through the story. There's our lovely Sugar Plum Fairy. And at the end, you get a cast list. You get a cast list of who all the guinea pigs played, their actual names, and the actual guinea pigs. And I was like, oh, that's very cute, sweetie. And then he was carrying it around the shop whilst I was looking for books for other people and just enjoying perusing the entire shop. And he was like, but I think the piggies would really like this. I think this could be something we could get. I think we could. And I caved in. I was like, yeah, go on then. We'll get that. As you are so enthusiastic about this adorable little book, you may have the book and we will give it to the guinea pigs for Christmas and you can read it to them. And it tells you a little bit about behind the scenes, about how they created the costumes and the sets. And it reminds you about supporting your local animal shelter. And there are a lot of guinea pigs that need rescuing. So to encourage you to do that. Final book, I am not going to show, for a middle grade book, I'm not going to show you because it's in the Christmas cupboard. It's one that I bought for my dormouse. He's just started into chapter books, so I'm trying to like spread his chapter book reading out. And there is a series that I've seen in the library before that I've kind of picked up before for my Mad March Hare. We never got around to reading it, but I thought it was a really good one. And it's the Omar series. I can't remember the name of the author, but I will put it in the description box. I think this one is called Omar Saves the Planet. So it is about Omar and his family and his 2 best friends, and they kind of, it's a contemporary book and they have like different adventures. And it's kind of done in that really sort of fun diary style where you've got little doodles, so like little things that Omar might have drawn or just things to kind of illustrate the story a bit more. So there's a lot more illustration to text within the book. And as my son really enjoys the world of Tom Gates, I felt that this was another one that was going to work well for him. And then I found some books for my husband. So one I bought him for now because I thought I've bought myself a book, why not buy him one as well? And another I have held back for Christmas. And they were both hardbacks of £5, and I thought that was a bit of a steal. So they're both non-fiction. So this one is Waves Across the South, A New History of Revolution and Empire by Sujit Siva Sundaram. So this one explores the history that we definitely do not get taught that much within Western countries around the time of imperial conquer and rule. It says, a bracing fresh account of the origins of the British Empire told from the waters of the global south. After revolutions in America and France, a wave of tumult courses the globe from 1790 to 1850 in the major reassessment. Cambridge historian Sunjit Sivasundaram turns our understanding of this age of revolutions inside out. He approaches the era not primarily from the perspective of the European colonial forces, but from the indigenous peoples in the Indian and Pacific Oceans as they faced empire, engaged in vibrant public debate, and undertook a visionary engagement with modernity and revolutionary change. It does go on more, but that's to kind of give you the gist of what the book is about. So I thought that sounded quite interesting. And he does enjoy a lot of non-fiction books about world history, so I thought that would be a good one for him. And the book that I'm saving back for Christmas is, I don't know how it's going to be, but I thought I'd give it a go again because he enjoys politics. This is called Dangerous Seats, Parliamentary Violence in the United Kingdom by Eugene L. Wolfe. And it says, Dangerous Seats examines the physical threats politicians have faced over the ages. These perils have ranged from arrest and imprisonment by monarchs, soldiers and colleagues to brawls on the floor, duels arising out of debate, and attacks by mobs, forcible removal from the chamber, and attacks by mobs or individuals. What unites all these dangers is that they stem merely from the performance of activities associated with a parliamentary seat. Speaking in debate, voting in divisions, serving on committees, addressing constitutions, most of the hundreds of documented episodes of the parliamentary violence involve the denizens of Westminster Palace, but also represented are the members of two institutions absorbed into it, the pre-1707 Scottish and pre-1800 Irish parliaments, and one devolved from it, Stormont. Together they tell a fascinating tale. So I thought that was a bit of interesting, unexplored history that he might enjoy. And that is it. There we go. There's 20 extra minutes of book hauling for you. So yeah, I just really wanted to share my the fun I had in a bookshop. So only 2 books are specifically for my book collection. Well, 4 if you count Books Please as well. But yeah, I just thought I did enjoy sharing them to you because books make me exciting, and book buying makes me exciting, and book reading makes me exciting. So there you go. Okay, I think that is enough waffle. Please feel free. It's definitely time for me to go. I cannot form the words. Please feel free to get chatty in the comments, to give this a like, to subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know any books that you are hoping to read for the end of the year, any books that you have recently hauled, if you've got reading plans already for next year, if you're more of a go with the flow reader. I would love to know, because you know I love a chat. Happy reading, everyone.